Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my presentation. My presentation topic is legality and ethics of web scraping. Presented to me, MD Iftekhar Alam Ifat, Assistant Professor, Institute of Information Technology, Noakhali Science and Technology University. Hello, I am Alamgir Hossain, Institute of Information Technology, Noakhali Science and Technology University. Let us go through the table of contents. The table of contents start with introduction, then web scraping, then legality of web scraping, and ethics of web scraping, framework, and last is conclusion. Introduction. In introduction, let's to talk that in the past, finding data for industry and academic research project was difficult and costly. Today, the increasing digitalization and virtualization of social processes have resulted in zettabyte of data available on the web. Unfortunately, these vast volume of web data, present a serious technical and ethical challenges. This paper reviews the legal literature together with the general information system literature related to web data ethics and privacy to identify broad areas concerned together with specific issues that need to be addressed when collecting data from the web using automated tools. And now, web scraping. What is web scraping? Web scraping is refers to the extraction of data from website. The information is collected and then exported into a format or this that is more useful for the user. And then in this section, big data is played a big role. What is big data? Big data scraping for big data is the process of web crawling and collecting target data from the different web sources at large scale. The term big data has a lot of meanings, but I mean data set that contain more than 10 billion records. uh, and then the process. Web scraping is about extracting data from website by parsing its HTML. Web scraping consists of the following main intermittent phases like website analysis, website crawling, and data organization. And then technology. Each of the three phases of web scraping requires understanding the several web technologies and at least one popular programming language used in data science like R or Python. The problem is that oftentimes these three phases of web scraping cannot be fully automated and often require at least some degree of human involvement. Each of these three phases is further discussed in the next slide, like human interaction, like website analysis, uh, data organization, and then the required technologies are visualized in this figure, and then the legality of web scraping. Currently, there is no legislation that addresses web scraping directly. Those who engage in web scraping activities do so among an uncertain legal landscape. Specific details of how these fundamental legal theories apply web scraping are like uh, illegal access and use of data. In this section, any illegal or fraudulent use of data obtained through web scraping is prohibited by several laws. And then breach of contract, unauthorized access and use failure to comply with these terms may lead to a breach of contract. And then copyright material scraping and republishing data that is owned and explicitly copyrighted by the website or on the site owner can lead to a copyright infringement case. And then trade secret. web scraping should not be used as a deliberate surveillance mechanism that intends to reveal trade secret of a competing organization. And then ethics of web scraping. While existing laws and legal theories have been applied to web scraping in both courts and legal literature, the ethics of web scraping has been limitedly addressed. Some possible harmful consequences of web scraping are like web crawling restriction in this section. In the context of web scraping, perhaps the first ethical consideration that needs to be addressed is whether a website includes a robot.txt file prohibiting automated web crawling. Failure of Failure to obey these instruction prohibiting web crawling can cause unintended harm to the users and owners of website. And then individual privacy and rights of research subject. A research project relying on the data collected from a website may unintentionally compromise privacy of individual participating in the activities afforded by this website. For example, by matching the data collected from a website with other online and offline sources, a researcher can unintentionally reveal the identity of those who created the data. And then on data quality and impact on decision making. Organization and public officials often make a strategic decision based on data assumed through web scraping activities. This can lead a faulty decision making due to the veracity of web data. And then organizational privacy. Just like individual have the right to privacy, organization also have the right to maintain certain aspects of their operation confidential. Now automatic web scraping can unintentionally reveal confidential information about the operation of the organization who owns website that being scrapped. And then framework, legality and ethics framework for web scraping. In this section there arise some question like a question, a visual description of this question, legal frameworks and ethical concern is provided in the figure, which we call legality and ethics framework for web scraping. No specific links between question and legal and ethical elements are drawn, as there is a great degree of overlap between these elements and fundamental question. Moreover, the like are loosely coupled and therefore non-professional or non-propositional, which is a defining characteristic of a theoretical framework that does not claim to be a theory. And then the conclusion. Due to the relative novelty of the web scraping phenomenon, the legality and ethics of web scraping are still gray areas. This paper reflects on some of the legal and ethical issues surrounding web scraping. A list of scraping questions that need to be addressed by researchers employing web scraping is formulated in this paper. Thank you. Stay safe.